Hello. Let's just wait for everyone to get on the call. Hello, Jim. It's good to be here with you. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Let me just adjust my camera a little bit. Exploring the divine feminine. That is today's topic. Now, of course, the divine feminine is the energy of creativity. And so each time we are tapping into our own creativity, we are tapping into the divine feminine within us. And so this can be just a very helpful prompt for all of us, that if we wish to deepen our relationship with the divine feminine, may we embrace creativity on a daily basis, and may creativity even become our spiritual practice, where creative expression can replace the endless seeking of the masculine, where the masculine is always eager to seek for more, but doesn't actually know how to receive all that it fantasizes about and all that it tries to chase. And that is why oftentimes when we finally get what we desired, we can experience an existential crisis, or we can utilize some of our patterns of self-sabotage, because we may spend a lot of time wanting, desiring, chasing, grabbing, holding on to, but we actually don't know how to cultivate the worthiness to receive all that we are, and all that we want, and all that we are destined to receive. But only once we truly cultivate the worthiness to really receive it. And to cultivate the worthiness is the path of the feminine. And the path of the feminine is the path of creativity, a creative expression. And so, how can you be more creative in your life? Can you dedicate some time in your day to engaging in creativity and in creative expression? Can you give some of your time to creative writing, to singing, to maybe writing poetry, to sculpting, whatever sparks the creativity within you? Can you do that in the name? I'm sorry, there's something in my eye. Can you do that in the name of honoring the creative impulse within you and in honoring the divine feminine? And so, if you want, you can share with me, share with all of us in the chat what is your favorite creative practice. For me, it's music. I love music. I've been playing the piano since I was a child. I also love singing. And so music is my creative expression, my artistic expression of choice. And so if you'd like, you can share with all of us what it is for you. Rim Jim says it's creative writing and singing. Yeah. I'm very similar in that way. Creative writing and singing. Great combination. Anyway, on to the transmission. And so, in honor of deepening the relationship with the divine feminine, I would like to share with you an experience I had quite recently, actually. And in that experience, Mother Mary came to me and she said that she has a gift for me. And as I talk about the experience of receiving the gift from Mother Mary, you can allow yourself to receive the energy and feel the vibration that I felt in that transmission from Mother Mary, so we can all experience it together. And so, Mother Mary said, I want to give you a gift. And she put her hand on my heart. Now, the moment she did that, it was as if everything inside my body and everything in existence exploded with this pure, divine, feminine light. Now, the light of the divine feminine is that which is going to make you feel like you are completely nourished, taken care of, and supported. And in the experience that I had with Mother Mary, it was as if I started feeling like a baby that is being held in the arms of the Divine Mother, in the arms of the universe, receiving all the love, nourishment, and support I could have ever asked for. And it was an incredible experience. But the truth is that many of us have a little difficult relationship with the feminine, because most people on earth walk around being completely afraid and petrified to let go into the embrace of the feminine, which is a trauma response that we have learned from our environment. And we are terrified to let go into the support of the universe, the support of the divine, the love of the divine. And as a distraction from how terrified we feel, it is precisely all the seeking, the chasing, the grabbing and the grasping that we occupy ourselves with, rather than to let go into the eternal support that is always here for you. And so the question can become, what are the things in my life that I need to let go of in order to be able to experience more of the support of the divine? What are the things that distract me from the knowing that the divine is always supporting me, that the divine is always holding me, that love is always here for me, and I can always come home to it, to myself? What are the things that I need to let go of? Is it certain relationships? Is it our need to rescue other people? Is it our need to rescue the world? Because a lot of people on the spiritual path, a lot of sensitive beings, a lot of empaths, the number one reason why they don't feel supported by the divine is because they are stuck in a perpetual cycle of enmeshment and rescuing, with a belief that says, well, if only I could rescue everyone and everything, then I will finally feel safe enough to let go into the support of divinity that I truly crave and desire. But the truth is that until we allow ourselves to let go of the need to rescue, we will never actually feel safe enough to let go into the embrace of the divine that is always ready to receive you. And so what are the things in your life that you distract yourself with? What are the reasons that you have for codependent enmeshment and rescuing other people? And without judgment, just looking at ourselves and looking at our lives and having an honest assessment of how much time do I spend rescuing other people versus how much time do I actually spend honoring the fact that I deserve love and support and nourishment that is always here for me to receive. And what are the relationships in which codependent enmeshment manifests the most for you? Is it with your partner? with your siblings, with your parents, with your mother or father, with your friends? Is it with your coworkers? Is it with the world at large? Is it with your occupation? And we just ask ourselves, what is the place in my life where I perpetuate the most of codependent enmeshment? And this is not to really call anyone out, but this is just to be honest with ourselves. Because I can tell you, I have been an expert in codependent enmeshment. I felt like I need to rescue anyone, anything in my sight before I can actually feel safe in my body. And it wasn't until I got into a connection, into a relationship that I actually really deeply cared for, where I realized that rescuing was not only taking away from the support that I needed, but it was equally unfair to the person I was with. Because I realized that to rescue someone is an attempt to control their emotional state, their choices. It is to violate their free will. Where if I could rescue them, then I could make sure that they're not going to hurt me and they're not going to betray me. And so it was actually coming from a deeply mistrustful place where I didn't trust the other person, but I equally couldn't really trust myself to handle anyone's potential rejection, change of heart, or betrayal. And so, strangely enough, the way out of codependent enmeshment was a journey of trusting myself, knowing that I will be okay. And if I know that I will be okay, I will equally believe that other people are going to be okay as well. And if other people are going to be okay, that means that they don't need to be rescued by me. And so if I'm okay, if everyone else is okay, and if the world is okay, because it's in the hands of the Divine Mother, in the hands of the Divine, then who is there to be rescued? There's simply no longer a reason to perpetuate any form of codependent enmeshment. And rescuing is a control strategy. And so you can put a hand on your heart, and we can say this together as a healing mantra. And we can say, what if the world is okay? Because it is in the hands of the Divine. What if the people in the world are equally okay because they are in the hands of the divine. What if my friends and family are okay because they are in the hands of the divine? And what if I am okay because I am in the hands of the divine? Because to feel like we are not okay or the world is somehow not okay is to fundamentally distrust the divine. And if we want to have a deeper relationship with the divine, trust is the only byproduct. And it is only when we forget the presence and the power of the divine that we actually have the ability to mistrust anyone or anything. And so our trust is the doorway towards the divine, and the divine is that which allows us to trust. Because if you are held in the hands of eternal love and safety, not being okay just doesn't exist anymore. It can be a sensation in your body, like, oh my gosh, I don't feel like I'm okay. It can be something other people say that they're not. Other people can sometimes even insist that they want to be rescued. Because unless you rescue them, unless you help them, unless you leave your remembrance of the divine and give them what they want, they will somehow not be okay. It's like, oh my God, if you don't save me from myself, I think I'm gonna die. And now we're dealing with emotional manipulation. And the answer to that is to simply say, no, thank you. I acknowledge that you are the divine. I acknowledge that you are held in the hands of the divine, which simply means that you do not need to be rescued whatsoever. That's just how things are. I'm happy to support you. I'm happy to love you through this. But that is very different than rescuing. Because love honors the sovereignty and the free will of all individuals. Rescuing does not know how to do that. Love is the natural impulse of the heart. Rescuing is a trauma response created out of the mistrust we hold towards the divine. We can also wonder about, well, why do we mistrust the divine so deeply? And the reason why we can oftentimes mistrust the divine is because we have lived a life where we have experienced abuse, pain, neglect, or adversity. And the divine was seemingly not there to help us and to save us from the harm that was happening. And from that moment on, we develop a belief that the divine is either not all that powerful or that just simply doesn't care. But neither of those beliefs are actually a reflection of the truth. Because the truth is that the divine didn't interfere in moments of harm and abuse, so you can be put on a journey where you will eventually choose faith over mistrust. And choosing faith over mistrust is to have enough faith in yourself, having enough faith in divinity, having enough faith in the fact that life will support you no matter the choices you make, and to walk away from any harmful and abusive situations. And we can clear away all resentment towards the divine, where the divine actually never turned away from you. That's just a perception that was created by the fact that we were born into a world where the divine is not remembered and celebrated on a daily basis. And in the name of repairing that, may we celebrate the divine in everything that we see and in everything that we do. May we celebrate all that we are. May we embrace devotion towards the divine. And how can we do that? How can we celebrate the divine in form? How can you celebrate the divine that you are? You can do that by the creative, artistic expression that your heart desires. And so not only is creativity the direct path towards remembering the divine feminine, but it is equally a path through which we repair our relationship with the divine. And we remember how safe we are to be creatively and artistically expressive, how safe we are to create, how safe we are to express ourselves. And we allow the rebirth of the divine feminine within this world to take place, where the divine feminine no longer has to be overlooked and persecuted as it has been by the overall toxic masculine paradigm, where we anchor ourselves in the divine feminine and we say, within my heart and within every heart there is an artist that wishes to express, that wishes to dance, that wishes to sing, that wishes to write, that wishes to play, that wishes to create. Within every heart dwells an artist. Within your own heart dwells an artist. And so may we honor that. May we honor the artist within you. Now, in the name of celebrating the divine feminine, I am inviting you to a healing event that I call Awakening the Divine Feminine. It's going to take place next week on Friday, September 22nd. I'll put a registration link in the chat. There is a registration link in the description of this transmission. The registration is by donation. And I look forward to seeing you there. This is it for today's transmission. It is such an honor and pleasure to be here with you. It is such an honor to serve your journey. And it is such a privilege to transmit this energy with you as we all together receive the healing that we have always deserved. Thank you so much for being here. All my love to you. Namaste.